In Chile's most recent census, it was reported that over 40% of Rapa Nuis now live on the continent. In the last decades, migration from Easter Island to the mainland has been steady, with small communities forming in the capital Santiago and present in every one of Chile's 15 regions. But just as islanders have migrated to the continent, a growing number of mainlanders are looking to call Easter Island home.
Living on Easter Island, a near-perfect climate, the freshest of fresh air, no traffic, no tax, and plenty of jobs. What's not to like? That was the thought process that José, like hundreds of other Chileans, went through last year. He came for a week and has stayed ever since. He proudly displays a Chilean flag in his home, but has no doubt that island life is preferable to that on the mainland.
It's the peace and quiet above all. Here you can have a quiet, relaxed life. There isn't the pressure you get on the mainland. There you are always rushing to get to work. There's traffic, so you can spend an hour or more getting home. Here it just takes 5 minutes to get to work. You can spend time doing other things. Here you don't have to live in order to work. You work in order to live. Here there is always work, because the Rapa Nui people spend all their time on things like dance and culture, so there are always job vacancies in hotels and restaurants.
But there is a catch. José, who's a chef at a local hotel, is not able to buy a house as he's not Rapa Nui, and he feels he will always be an outsider.
You will always feel that. The Rapa Nui people always make you feel that way, that you are a person that comes from outside and will never be Rapa Nui. And there is always some conflict between the Chileans and the Rapa Nui. There is still a bad atmosphere. They say, get off my island, go back to your land, go back to Chile.
The Rapa Nui people's view of outsiders is understandably mixed. This is an island that has witnessed the best and the worst of isolation. For centuries, its position in the middle of the ocean, with no outside threat, must have seemed like a perfect world. But as resources ran out, it turned into something else. The art everywhere tells that history of glory and decline.
I feel that I am in an open-air museum, so I can turn around and see the expression of the face of my ancestors. So you can look at this statue and say, wow, these people are very serious. They're not smiling. They're full of pride. And then you think, what a great artist these people were in the past, because they look at their leaders with that features and put that on the art. Time passed and you see smaller wood carvings with ribs, with the mouth open, showing their teeth. With the face not raised like that, overlooking on your head, it's kind of curved. In other words, that same artists of the past on this island have put in this open-air museum two clear images of those that represent the time of plenty, strength, leaderships, teamworks, versus the one time, 18th century, of decadence, of poverty, of hungers, in two pieces of art.
But the isolation here has been the absolute, it's led to this amazing culture. It's led to the fact that you don't find moai anywhere else in the world, because by all accounts the islanders here were cut off from the rest of the world. But of course it's also been their downfall, and the fact that there weren't any other islands nearby that they could move on to and colonize when resources presumably on this island became so scarce, that of course led to an enormous amount of internal conflict.
What is the future of this island, which so recently has become within the reach of so many people?
I don't think anyone wants to see it turned into a theme park or turned into something that it's not. The difficulty is going to be striking this balance between maintaining this sense of isolation and maintaining this sense of a very special place that the island clearly is.
You have to accept the reality. Children are born, they go abroad to study, they come back, they want some things. It's called iPod, computer, internet, speak several languages. Why we're going to stop this guy going in that direction? I mean, the past is the past. We carry with us, but we don't hang on them forever. We look forward.
And what will Chile's role be? Independence, while keenly sought by a vociferous minority, seems, for the time being, very unlikely.
There are some very basic logistical needs that the island really, or needs that are met by Chile at the moment. Given the isolation here of this island, the reality of maintaining a community of 5,000 people at such a distance from any other mainland, I think most people understand that Chile's help in that sense is enormously important.
Roberto, who's been married to a Chilean woman, describes his island's colonial rulers as little devils, by which he means less bad than the more established big devils of imperialism. He, for one, is encouraging more people to come to Easter Island. He claims his guitar was given to him by a particularly distinguished visitor, none other than Bob Dylan. That may or may not be true, but what is certain is that the spirit of the Rapa Nui, which he celebrates, has proved one thing: its ability to survive.
No